Well, thank you very much, Ma'am Selfie. Hopefully my voice is clear enough for all of us. And we're going to start this session with our third speaker for today's webinar, Yully Purwono. And I noticed that he's here now, so I think we can start now. But before he starts delivering his material for today's webinar, I'd like to bring out short introduction about himself. So Yuli Purwono is a Thunderbird Share Fellow, the most prestigious graduate level full scholarship and executive mentorship program at the Thunderbird School of Global Management. Simultaneous to his studies, he's volunteered for local First Arizona Pauline Foundation and acted as a co-president for Thunderbirds Rotary Club, the only official Rotary club operating in a university worldwide. Yulia has been selected to work with the city of Los Angeles for the UN's Sustainable Development Goals project as a digital design coordinator. Upon graduation, Yuli received an Outstanding Graduate Award from Arizona State University and Dean's Circle Award due to a balanced combination between his academic achievements, leadership skills, strong dedication, and lasting contribution toward Thunderbird and Arizona State University. So, without any further delay, I'd like to invite Pak Yuli to do his presentation. Pak Yuli, the screen is yours. Thank you.
Thank you, Iben. Thank you for Undana inviting me. I think like this is honor to be here to represent the ASU and Thunderbird. So I would like to share the screen, and then please I'd like to introduce myself, and everyone can, hopefully this is going to be like my sharing session that can inspire you maybe. And then okay, so is everyone seeing the PowerPoint? Okay, so
Yes,
this is the
your
title
screen is
that
visible.
I've been invited that everyone can apply for the scholarship. So I would like to kind of like reiterate like the introduction that my name is Yully Purwono. So I got the scholarship from Thunderbird. So I experienced like how to get the scholarship, applying for the university. The name is Share Fellow, Thunderbird Share Fellow, which is the most prestigious graduate level for a full scholarship, and as well as a executive mentorship for the program, so for the school. And then during my study, I did volunteer, yes, to several activities. Local First Arizona is a kind of like a local foundation that help small and medium business in Arizona, basically like local business, so they can grow, they can survive with the challenges from, let's say a franchise business and everything from the global challenges. And then one of my friend, she has a foundation in Uganda, which is in Africa. And then it's kind of like to empower women and then education in Uganda. So I kind of like help her for the marketing. And then during my study also, I was a co-president for the Rotary Club at Thunderbird. So that's kind of the activities that I hope that, for you that, if you want to study abroad, it won't limit you to do so many things. It's just like you have to understand the regulation, the laws, yes, based on your visa. And this is kind of what I want to share about Thunderbird. Basically, our theme is kind of like global leadership and management for the fourth IR, for the fourth industrial revolution. I may shift like my language, English in Bahasa at the same time, just to, make sure that you kind of understand the message. And hopefully this is going to be, this is the one that you are looking for, like, the information about the how to study in the US, how to get a scholarship, and how to tackle the challenges. So again, Thunderbird is part of the Arizona State University. We are in Phoenix, Arizona, and this is our ranking basically for Thunderbird. We are number one in Master in Management. This is from the latest like Type Higher Education, and this is a 2019, I guess, for the ranking. And ASU itself, like right now, is already like 6 year in a row, and then 7 years for 2022, number one in innovation for in the US, and then number one also in a global impact in the US, and I think it's number 9 in the world, and then number one in public university for of choice for international students. So basically, like this is ASU, and for Thunderbird, our vision, like we like kind of like founded in 1946, which is after the World War II. So our vision is like to create a sustainable and inclusive prosperity worldwide. I think this is kind of similar to the UN goal at that moment. So this is like the goal for Thunderbird, to create, basically to educate the global leaders at that moment, like to kind of like basically like to work around the world. Like, you know, after World War II, so many like managers sent to Europe to rebuild the Europe after the Second World War. And then right now, since 2019, our mission is to educate global leaders and managers, and then maximize the fourth industrial revolution. And to do that, we kind of like right now, we kind of set up like now it's Thunderbird Worldwide Network. This is like, we call it a center of excellence. We have a office there. We kind of work with the community, the alumni, and then the prospective students. See, like one of them in Indonesia, I will share the location. We have an office in Jakarta. We just launched in Shanghai, and then we have in Seoul, and then also Tokyo. So in Asia, we have Tokyo, Seoul, Shanghai, Jakarta, and then in Middle East, we have in Dubai, and Africa, we have in Nairobi. So this is our goal, like how to kind of like spread the knowledge throughout, like around the world. And then I don't know if you already know about Arizona. Where is Arizona? And then because most of the time maybe you go from California and then directly go to like, you know, maybe like Mike that said it in Chicago and then go to the east. We call it Arizona. It's the southwest, which is you know in like east part of like after California and before New Mexico. We also close with Las Vegas, and then the climate is kind of like warm, or like the summer is going to be hot, but then the winter like it's really good. Right now the weather is good. It's around like 20 degrees Celsius, and then if you want to find like snow, you can drive 2.5 hours to Flagstaff. So I think this kind of like the situation what we are in downtown Phoenix. And if you are a basketball fans, then you may know like Phoenix Suns, the finalists, like last year finalists for that, for the NBA. And then Diamondback is going to be the baseball, and then Cardinals for the American football. And please do put your question in the chat box, or and then after like for the Q&A, you can raise your hand. Any question, it's I'll try to answer. And this is our new global headquarters. This is like, we plan to like have a grand launching next year, April 2022. This is in downtown Phoenix, part of the ASU complex. And then I just want to inform you that today we launched the Center for Global Entrepreneurship and Family Business. This is like kind of sponsored by Bapak Jimmy Masrin. So he's a president CEO for from Catur Karsa Mega Tunggal. He graduated from Thunderbird in '87, and this is kind of like how, you know, this is like proof like how the really like close relationship, deep connection between the Thunderbird and the alumni network. Then the question is like, why Thunderbird, right? So I will say that this is like what we have like at Thunderbird. Basically, we kind of like bring what we call global mindset, where you have the global intellectual capital, global psychological capital, and global social capital. And then you go to the left one, like, from that, it's expected that you can embrace the ambiguity, you can welcome uncertainty as a leaders, as a managers, uh, then, or as business a person, businesswomen, then you can like take comfort in discomfort and acknowledge the volatility. This is kind of all the challenges that we have right now that makes Thunderbird different. This is from most of the employers said that, the Thunderbird graduate, they kind of like adapt really fast in different situations. Now this one is like our undergraduate program. We have a Bachelor of Global Management, and then mostly our program is in the management, like global management and global leadership. So we have a Bachelor of Global Management. For the STEM program, we have a Bachelor of Science in International Trade. We also have an online program as well. For the graduate degrees, we have a Master of Global Management, this is our full-time program at Phoenix. And then we have the Executive Master of Global Management. And then this is also in Phoenix for executive classes, which is like, twice, like 2 days in a week, usually like Friday and Saturday. And we have a Executive Master of Global Leadership and Strategy, which is MGLAS. This is for the executive level, CEO. And then we have a EMAGAM, which is Global Affairs and Management. This is in Washington, D.C. If you focus on policy, law, then you may choose this one, 1-year program in Washington, D.C. We have an online master's, which is you can take if you don't want to go to the US. You might work like, you still like, oh, I want to stay in Indonesia, or I'm working in Indonesia, but I want to get my master's degree. Then you can get the online program. And this is our new program in LA. We call it a Master of Art in Global Affairs and Management for creative industries. So for you, if you're working in creative industries, movies or artists, then this is the right one for you. Another one we just launched also, like the MAGA for space leadership. You know that now space industry is really like hot in like, in the kind of like developed countries. This is like also really, if you are into the space business, then space industries can be good for you. I will continue for the Master of Global Management. This MGM. So we have 49 credits. What make this different? Like you have 17 concentration. 3 of them are STEM certified, which is then you can use that for like, additional, like for 3 years, like OPT program. But then the reason we have this concentration, like we know that you came from different background. We know that you might choose different career path for, your post-graduation like career. Then, some people like, oh, I want to build my family business. Then you may choose the family business concentration. Or I'm in the healthcare industry. Then you may choose like, global leadership and global management with the concentration of healthcare industries. And for you that work for the government or let's say public services, or you may choose like, oh, I want to be like, to improve my leadership and to get a leadership and management program, but also focus in public administration. You can do that. And this is like fit for your need. If you, let's say you apply for LPDP affirmasi, then you want to get like, this program, this also like, available for you. And then we have at Master of Global Management, we have a Global Challenge Lab, which is like a 6-week program for you to be a global consultant, like a real consultant. So we'll send you to different countries, different global companies, and then work with them, like solve their problem. And then for 6 weeks, you will create a group of 4 to 6 people, like students, and then you solve the problem, you present your solution to the company, and you present your solution to the faculty. So basically, this is your real experience. Okay, I think this is kind of a Thunderbird. What is Thunderbird? And the introduction, you can ask like question anything related to Thunderbird, but I would like to address more into like the scholarship that everyone can apply basically. So I will ask you like my first question. It's gonna be like, are you the one? Are you the one who will get the scholarship? Are you the one that ready to get to study in the US? So what kind of qualities that required to get the scholarship? Because we have so many options for the scholarship, but then this is always the question. So I will say that this is like the competencies or qualities that you should have if you want to apply for the scholarship. First, like you have the knowledge, which is academic, like GPA requirement, and then like or maybe like GRE, and then like English, like requirement. This is kind of knowledge. Do you have that? Would you like to kind of like improve yourself in this area? The next one is like, what about your skills? Do you have skills? Because this is like any scholarship will be competitive. So if you want to get that, then you have to be like stand out, from the crowd. So do you have the skill, like leadership skills, managerial skills, anything related to the one that you make you different than the others? And the last one is attitude. Do you have like, what about your communication, like interpersonal skills, negotiation? That's kind of the area that that I think that all the scholarship provider we want to look, want to see that from you. But then to get this one, I think anything that before you apply to any schools, like in the US, also I think around the world, you have to invest into like for the program. So I would like to share a little bit about the investment. For moderator, please let me know if I kind of like pass the time. I try to like in the framework, like the corridor that I will finish the 40 minutes. Then this is the investment that I think you have to see in yourself. First, this is the cost during application. I mean, I face this. I know that I have to do this like for the business or like for the basically like for degree program, like a graduate program. I have to have my English proficiency from Indonesia. Like my university, like we don't have like in English delivery, so I have to take TOEFL, IELTS. Now we many universities like Thunderbird accept Duolingo, so you may have that. The second one is like for the graduate degree, it's required to have a GRE or GMAT. Then there also like cost for that. And then some of the university like Thunderbird, we also like we have a GMAT or GRE waiver based on the GPA and the work experience. Then there will be application fee. Then like if you want to send your transcript, then you have to send it to like you can use PT Pos, you can use DHL, you can use FedEx. Still you have to invest into that. And then the admission. The next one is like, this is during the study, your study, like then what about the tuition? What about the insurance? Like because in the US it's mandatory, you have the health insurance. And what about the living costs? Where do you stay? What about the meals? Like what that's the accommodation, like books, travels, family. If you have family, then you want to bring your family to the US. So if I divide this, I kind of like put that this is kind of your investment. You may invest more into money or your effort or time. And the others, like this is the other kind of like part, maybe like, like support from family and then relatives. But this is like 3 area that you really want to invest. You cannot like kind of like avoid that when I want to have like 0 time. No, like you still have to put time on that. But let's say you want to invest less money, you may double for your time, you double your effort, yet then you may reduce for the money investment. you want to reduce your effort investment, then you might double your money, double your time. That kind of like that how it works. Then this is what I kind of work with so many like applicants or prospective students. This is kind of like the challenges that they face during this process. So first it's going to be like procrastination. Oh, I want to do it, but I don't, maybe tomorrow I will try, maybe like next month, maybe next semester. This is happen a lot. So this happens a lot. And then I think I want to ask you, like, is this happen to you? Like, does this happen to you? Like, do you have this procrastination? Do you kind of like want to delay things for your dream? Then this is your challenges. You have to kind of like overcome your challenge for this one. The next one is like less or no research. Means like, where do you get the info? Did you ask for from the university? Let's Mike share the website. Did you go to the website, or do you just like read from social media or like short message? So this kind of the challenges, like for many students that they want to go abroad, mostly like if you just read like from like short info or maybe social media, I will say that this is like that's not enough. Then the next one is going to be no resources, like like how you gather the information, how you do that. Like some people, like I see most of the students like, oh, I'm working by myself, I'm trying to solve everything by myself, without like knowing that, hey, you have all the speakers before me that as the information reach out to them. That's kind of how it works. So, but maybe you feel shy, you feel like you don't want to, like, oh, I don't want to disturb them. No, that's your challenges. You have to tackle that. You have to be more resourceful into what you want to achieve. Next, I think this also happened, like, when you think that, oh, I came from Indonesia, the thing that you want to share, like, Indonesia is something. I think everyone knows that what is Indonesia. Everything that I can find from Google, from Wikipedia, from any news, I don't want to share like a lot, like, for like when you say, oh, I came from Indonesia, well, so what? So having like all the information, like too broad information about yourself without specializing that what's the unique side of your qualities, why you are different than the others, because this is really competitive. You want to find the scholarship that they want to see you, they want to get you, because you are part of the puzzle that they want to kind of like admit you. You have to think that if you keep thinking that I need the scholarship because financial situation, I think like most of the scholarship based on the financial situation. What makes you different? That's what you have to think about it. And a lot of support also, like to solve that problem. So then if you go to the previous one, that might solve your problem as well. And the last one is the fear or like lack of confidence. Like for me, I'm seeing myself like as Indonesian, I tend to like oh, being humble, but then in far away, like like everybody, I don't have any confidence. Other people like way better than me. So this is kind of the general, maybe like qualities that we have, that we have like lots of fears, like of many things, basically, like fear being rejected, fear like like far away from home and everything. So this is all the challenges. So based on this one, I hope that if you see this, please let me know which are your challenges, and then I may answer if you have any question about this. So I want to go for the tips that this kind of like helped me. I experienced like getting scholarship. I have my colleagues here right now at ASU, they got scholarship from LBDP, like, so like 5 of them now study at ASU. So we discussed like, oh, what, how, like, make us like got the scholarship, like in overall, in general. So first is like the courage to dream big. You have to like have a dream, like a big dream. Like, I want to go, like, you think that, oh, I want to go the number one, the top university. Then it's okay, have that. Oh, I want to go to, again, maybe Chicago or Washington D.C. or Arizona. Have that in your mind. Be brave on that. Bold. You have to dream big for you, like, because you don't know. If you haven't tried, you don't know. The next one is like, do research. Now, like you have internet access, you may watch YouTube, you may watch everything, but then let's spend some of your time research about your future. you know Go to the website of the school, go to the faculty, research for the professor, is that unique now, and then how to apply and everything. Research into like detail, so make sure that, oh, very well for each program that fit you. So this kind of like uh, give you the quality that, oh, it's not only that you know the general information about the university, but also your program, and then also the professor that really, like, maybe he or she taught really excellent courses in the program. This is really important. Reach out, reach out to the admission team, reach out to the university like representative, even like reach out to the alumni, ask them, hey, I saw, like, you graduated from this school, this is your career, could you like share, like, about your story, how this school help you? And then reach out to the current student, ask them like, hey, what's your experience studying, like, studying at Thunderbird? What do you feel studying in Arizona during the summer, during the winter? What do you feel? And then that's kind of the communication that you want to build. So then if people ask why you want to go to this university, then you may answer it because of all of this one. So this is kind of like all the qualities that you need, or all the activities that you need to kind of like build yourself, so you may be ready for the scholarship. And this is the last one. If you want to do it right now. You don't have to wait like tomorrow. You don't have to like spend 20, like your, like, full day, like 24 hours. Oh, I want to do everything for the scholarship or for like studying in the US. No, you may just spend like 1 hour per day, but you have to do it right now. After this one, build, like, dream big, start research, like, start reaching out. So this is kind of like based on my experience, based on some of my friends that got different type of scholarships. I hope this helped you. And the next one is like, maybe I will repeat, like, what the previous presenter, previous speaker said, that the type of scholarship. This is why I got like the government funded scholarships. You may know that we have LPDP program from, for the top university, for general or targeted scholarship, targeted LPDP, which is for the army, for the PNS, for the police. But also we have the like beasiswa, like LPDP afirmasi, which is for the area, like outside, like the kind of like the uh, altar of Indonesia. Like, I think that, your area is also covered for the LPDP affirmasi, and then you may choose which one that fits you. All those type of the LPDP program. Then another government funded scholarship, which is you want to go to the US, then you may see what kind of like Fulbright offers. Like the US offer Fulbright, then you can see that, you can figure it out, like, or you can find out like what's the requirement. So this is a government funded scholarship. Another type of scholarship is like privately funded scholarship, which is if you work for the company sponsor you, then you get the scholarship from the company. So they will pay for your tuition, your accommodation, and everything. Then you have to focus to get admitted to the school. The last one is like university scholarship, which is you might got like partial scholarship. Some university provide full scholarship. You have to find out again. This is based on research, so you have to do this. This is basically like your job to find out what kind of like scholarship. If you target, you already like want to go. I want to go to this university. What scholarship is available? Then you have to, do research for that. Then I will provide, this is some information from Thunderbird, what scholarship that available at Thunderbird. Okay. First, for the bachelor degree, we have like part of the ASU, we have New American University Scholarship that provide like, from 3,000 to 15,000. This is every year, so you can, reapply for each year. But then for graduate program, we have again partial scholarship is based on your academic, your performance or leadership maybe, or your volunteer activities. You have to submit your essay to get the scholarship. We also have, we call it shares fellowship. This is basically like a merit-based scholarship for emerging countries, which is Indonesia is part of that. And then not only you get the scholarship, you get the mentorship program. And then you go like, and then if you want to build your career, then they will connect you with a mentor and then kind of like build what you need to achieve your career aspiration after graduating from Thunderbird. And for LBDP, we are part of the LPDP Daerah Afirmasi, which is then you can apply for that. And based on those process, this is, I would like to provide like, this is the journey mostly that you want to apply for school. This is like, it's kind of your journey, you before like, maybe you think about what, when the which university you want to kind of like go. But then this is kind of the journey that you will have, like, starting from now, maybe you set the deadline when you want to go, like next fall or 2 years from now. Then you have to have, this is your milestone. You have to achieve all these things. So prepare, and then I hope this helped you. And then, I will be open for the Q&A. But I would like to share that this is our office in Jakarta. We are in the Energy Building. Right now with the level 1 of PPKM, I think we can have you want to visit there. We have our staff there. We have Talita. This is my contact. You can send me email. For the office, like now, like we are not fully active in the office, so you can send us email for that. So by that, I think like I'm done with the presentation, and I'm open for the Q&A. So I give back the time to the moderator. Thank you.
All right, so thank you very much, Yully, for your insightful and inspiring presentation. Uh, you have already encouraged all of us here, especially for us, the students of university, and because of there are so many beneficial and important information that we obtained from your presentation today. So now we are about to move to the next section, Q&A section. So I would like to invite my partner Mario to handle the Q&A section. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Ivan. And thank you, Mr. Yully Purwono, for your wonderful presentation. My name is Mario Felixto Patiputro, and I'll be the one leading this Q&A session. So there are a few questions in the chat box, and I will read them one by one. You can answer that after I read it. So the first question came from Ms. Santui Jahimo. So the question is your online program the same as distance mode? Is it apply for all majors or only for particular ones?
Okay, thank you. So again, for the online program for the undergrad, we have Bachelor of Global Management and Bachelor of Science in International Trade, which is available online also. But then for the graduate, we only have the Master of Applied Leadership and Management, which is not available online, but we have like the option to have like 1 week like immersion program where you can fly to Phoenix to meet the faculty, to meet your cohort basically. Or you may do like, I want to do it fully online, but this specifically only for the, we call it MALM program, so Master of Applied Leadership and Management. And for the undergrad program, now we also have the program that in partnership with Hiroshima University. So you can have like 2 years in Hiroshima and 2 years in Phoenix. But then you may need to learn like Japanese, because then you have to go in Japan for 2 years and then another 2 years in Phoenix. So I hope that answered the question.
So the second question is from Ms. Linda Rupidara. What are the requirements for the admission for the online master program? Does the online master program have the same academic calendar as the regular program?
Okay. Yeah, for the online program is the same, but we open mostly like, we also open for the starting on summer. So we have a spring, summer, and fall as well. So that's for the online program. And the requirement is similar. If you go like directly to the online master program, then we need like the English proficiency and, under like bachelor like degree, and then application. But then there is another route for that, like you will take like micromaster first, like kind of like 9 credits, 3 courses, and then if you pass that, you get a B for that micromaster. Then you don't need the TOEFL or IELTS to continue your like online masters. So that's also available. If you want to know like further, then I have my emails, then you can send me emails.
Thank you, sir. So the third question is from Miss Grace. The question is, Yuli, I just visited the website and found out there's a partial scholarship from emerging economies for online Master of Applied Leadership and Management. Can we say Indonesia is one of the emerging market country? Is it for a total tuition or only for first year or semester?
Okay, this is a really good question. Yeah, for the MALM program, or online Master of Applied Leadership and Management, for the emerging market, we have like 50% basically like support. So Indonesia is part of it. So let's say, I think from the website the cost like 300, then it can be half. You will pay only half of that. That's for the total program. So it's not like per year. So in average, you may graduate in 12 to 14 months, but then it depends. You may, go into like 1 year or 1.5 year, but that's for a full program.
So this is the last question. The last question is from Mr. O.M. Urobo-Fumuses. And the question is, between online and on-campus learning in Arizona State University, which one do you recommend personally? Do both provide the same quality?
Okay, I think this is really a great question. Like, with the pandemic, with all the situation, I will say the best program for you is the one that fits your situation. Like some people, like, I want to go to the best university in the US, but then if your situation like, oh, your English, like your IELTS like starting with 6, and that university required for let's say 7.5 like for IELTS, then you may think that how like from 6 to 7.5 score for IELTS, how long you can go that to improve your English. So that kind of like, you have to think that way, like which one that fits with your situation. Now with the question like between online and in person, which is full-time student on campus, which one's better? I think like it depends. If you're working and then you want to have a flexibility, online is going to be the best for you. But then if you like, oh, I want to like go to immerse myself with the culture mostly, and then with the experience, then in person may be the best for you. So I would say that which one is better than the other one, but the one that fits your situation, that's always be the best.
Well, I'm sorry. So before I say that is the last question, but apparently there's one more extra question from Mr. William Nallis. So the question is, throughout your explanation, you talk specifically about the master. I have two separate questions. So the first question is, do you have any information related to undergraduate studies in the US? And the second question is related to the tips. How do we do our research and how do we make ourselves stand out among other applicants?
Okay, I'll try to like answer like as short as I can. Like, you know, information about the undergrad, you can go to thunderbird.asu.edu, which is available. But then I would like to know what specific question about the undergrad, which is like the scholarship I shared before, like what we provide from ASU. And then again, like for Thunderbird, we have like two program for the undergrad, which is a bachelor degree of global management, which is BGM, and then BSIT, which is Bachelor of Science in International Trade. So that's a STEM certified for BSIT, which is give you like 3 years for OPT. The second one, this is this is really the one that I would like to share. I would like for all the participants really like see yourself, like, you know, how do we do like you like how do you do your research? Well, again, like, you know, first, internet is available for all of you. Go there, see, go deeper, like, you know, you don't just go like one source. Go to the website first, you know, the official website for the university. Go to that university, go deeper into the program, see who's the faculty, then continue to reach out, ask them, or ask the faculty, ask the admission team, ask the alumni, ask the current student. Like, let's say if you prefer to ask from the, you know, student or alumni from Indonesia, find out in LinkedIn, you can find them. So that's kind of the, you know, the process that also will help you to do the number two. When you do that, then you will see your qualities, like, you know, how, you know, make ourselves stand out. I mean, then you have to see why. For me, I will ask you, for example, like, you know, or maybe like Mario, like, you know, hi Mario, you know, what do you think you're like, what's your strength, basically, why you are different than the others? Then you might try to write your life story first, from, you know, when, where you were born, and then what's your achievement from the small things. Then you will see all the requirement for the essay, which one that you want to put there. That's become like, this is my special, and this is my superpower, this is my difference from the others. I think I would say that you can do that in a day, in a night, this kind of process, knowing yourself, and then, you know, showing yourself to the others.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Yuli, for answering all of these questions, and hope they answer your question very well. Thank you. And so I will give the time back to my partner, Eben. So the stage is yours, Eben. Thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Mario, and thank you very much again, Yuli, for your sharing as well as your willingness to be with us in today's webinar. So this is the end of the third session for today's webinar. So I'd like to call Ma'am Sophie to give the time back to her to continue with the next session. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Iben and Maria, and also thanks to Pak Yuli for informing us everything related to the scholarship.